Well, that was a turn up for the books, wasn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Manchester United have ended Manchester City's long winning streak of 21 games at the Etihad. Once again, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has got one over on Pep Guardiola, or Pep Fraudiola, as we like to call him on this channel. Listen, for me, I could not be happier right now. I really couldn't. Obviously, you can tell by the sound of my voice. But listen, for me, all jokes aside, it was a fantastic performance. It could have been more. That's the thing. It could have been more. It really could have been more. And, you know, the fact that we're even saying that is testament to how we played tonight. We were sublime. You know, Man City really didn't look like they showed up, to be fair. They didn't look like they showed up. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter one bit. Manchester is red once again at the Etihad. And for me, it's just a mental record to have. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the first Manchester United manager to win back-to-back-to-back games at the Etihad in the Premier League. 3 times we've gone to the Etihad. Actually, not in the league. 3 times in all competitions we've gone to the Etihad, and 3 times we've won there with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in charge. I'm not going to say the other thing. You know what the other thing is. I'm not going to say that. I'm not Rio Ferdinand. I'm not going to jinx it. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in charge of Manchester United. 3 times we've gone to the Etihad. 3 times we've come out victorious, and long may that continue. But what a win. What a performance. Harry the Hoover, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. I do appreciate I was 7 minutes late, so I do apologise, but thanks for joining. Do appreciate it. Rich has joined us as well. Thank you very much, Rich. Appreciate it. Make sure you do, as always on the channel, we always say, make sure to check out Rich Sports if you haven't already. Great stuff over there. Rasmus, great to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm sure, as we all are, United fans, we're probably all over the moon right now. Krishna as well. Thanks for joining, Krishna. Really do appreciate it. He says, Kane is better than Lewa. I'm not sure Daz is going to like that. But it was a fantastic finish, to be fair, from Harry Kane in the Palace game. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about United's 3rd win in a row at the Etihad. I mean, what a record, as I said. What a record. Connor's showing us, he says, over the moon for Luke Shaw, the best left-back in the world. I'm loving that. I'm loving this. You know what? Maybe it's a little bit hyperbolous, but you know what? I don't care. I love these sort of things. I love these sort of opinions. But yeah, I appreciate. Thanks for coming on, mate. Appreciate it. Make sure you do check out Yank Talking Smack as well. Brilliant stuff over there. He also says if he's not a mention for the PL Tots, I'll scream. I'll tell you what. The way he's going right now, he has to be. Jamie, thanks for joining. Jamie, appreciate it. Says we were class. We were absolutely class today. We fully deserved the win. And this is the thing, is that some people were saying last season when we went to the Etihad, we were a bit lucky because we scored our first 2 chances and they're pretty well defended for the rest of the game. But this time you can really clearly say that the best team won. We deserved to win. We went to Man City's backyard, 21 games win streak, and we ended it. I mean, what a result, what a performance. Rich says, what price do I get on a City fan on tonight? Yeah, that would be brilliant. That would be absolutely brilliant. See what they have to say about the game. Adam says, can we come on? Yes, I will be allowing you guys to call in. I did say on the preview that I would be allowing people to call in, because on the review, or on the preview, sorry, I didn't get people on. So this time, 100% after that performance, we need to get the people on and see what you guys are saying. Kobe's joined us as well. He says the best team won. I totally agree, Kobe. Totally agree. I don't think anyone can disagree, to be honest with you. Rasmus says, and to make it all sweeter, Scouse has lost 6 in a row in their own backyard. We could have made it 7 if we were more efficient. Exactly. Imagine that. But still, 6 in a row ain't bad. 6 in a row ain't bad. You know, their streak continues, our streak continues as well. It's the best of both worlds, as Hannah Montana would say. Rich says we always had a chance if we played well. To be honest with you, Rich, as you guys will look back on the preview probably, as you'll see, I thought we had no chance. And I saw that Adam mentioned that underneath in the comments of that preview. He mentioned that I did say we were going to get absolutely hammered. And to be fair, we didn't get hammered. And you know what? I'm so happy to be wrong. I'm so happy. I couldn't be more happier to be wrong in this situation. Absolutely fantastic. Let's see. Dada says Martial needs to score that 1-on-1. He did. You know, we could have buried them 3-0. It could have been 3-0 at the end there. But you know what? Martial actually had a very good game today, and I know I've been a critic of Martial, and a lot of people have. A lot of people have talked about how Martial has been poor recently. But you know what? I have to give it to him. I thought today he was decent. He was very, very good today. I have to give it to him. Credit where credit's due. Jamie says, Martial, that is the Martial we know, played well, should have scored. Exactly, if he scores that goal to make it 3-0, I think all United fans are going, you know what? There is still a player in Anthony Martial. There is still a player. But again, the fact he missed that opportunity, I don't know, it just seems a little bit worrying. I feel like that's a sort of opportunity that he would have buried last season. He would have buried it. But still, the overall performance from Martial was top class tonight. It really was. Football Crew Show, thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. He says, what a day. Liverpool keep losing games. United are second in the league. And we beat City. Manchester is red. Summed it up perfectly, mate. Summed it up perfectly. What a perfect day for United fans. It was. And I'll tell you what, if Leicester had lost yesterday, it would have been the perfect game week for Manchester United. Unfortunately, Brighton couldn't hold on to their win. But hey ho, we beat City. It doesn't matter anymore. You know, it really doesn't matter anymore. So just absolutely over the moon with that, really. Rich says lucky KDB wasn't playing. Yeah, at times you struggle to see where he was on the pitch, to be fair. And also Bruno Fernandes scored. KDB didn't score. Didn't even get an assist. So all those people saying Bruno Fernandes isn't anywhere near as good as Kevin De Bruyne, and apparently Bruno doesn't turn up in big games. I'll tell you that's what they say. That's what I'll have you believe, ladies and gentlemen. Bruno Fernandes doesn't turn up in games. Mr. Bobajango, thanks for joining. He says, going with a great defensive effort for a change. However, I still think City were the better side. But thank you very much for joining, Mr. Bobajango. Really do appreciate it, as always, my friend. I'm not sure if I'd say City were the better side in that one. I think, you know, there were times in that game where definitely we were on the ropes. But every time you go to the Etihad, you're always going to experience periods of, you know, sustained pressure and having to soak that up. But I don't think overall you can say 100% that City were the better team. I think in periods they were, but in periods we were. You know, there's 100% we were definitely the better side in a lot of periods in that game. Yes, we did counter-attack with both our goals, really. We kind of blitzed them in the opening minutes. But I have to say, fair play to Ole and the lads. We were probably the better side overall. You know, I think we were the better side overall. By the way, guys, please do hit that like button if you haven't already as well. It really does help the channel. And if you are enjoying the content, it's a really good indicator that you are enjoying it. So please do, if you haven't already, hit that like button. It would be absolutely fantastic. Adam says, no one is talking about KDB, even though he had a bad game because his name isn't Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, I'll tell you what, he didn't have a great game today. He really didn't have a great day in Kevin De Bruyne. He made a few decent passes. I will give him that. He did make a few decent passes. But realistically, overall, we didn't have the best of games. Bruno Fernandes obviously took the chance. So happy with that. So happy with that. And Luke Shaw, such a deserved goal for Luke Shaw. We've been crying out for him to get a goal. He got the February Player of the Month, and it seems like he continued his form into this month. What a finish it was to make it 2-0. Mark Daniel Damians, thanks for joining, Mark Daniel Damians. Really do appreciate it. He says, we miss Pogba today. I'm not sure I'd agree 100% with that. I think, you know, we have missed Pogba recently. There's no doubt about it. You know, especially against Crystal Palace, I thought we did miss a little bit of creativity in the midfield. But, I mean, today, you can't argue with the result. You know, we came away with the right result. It's very difficult to really fault much about that performance, in my view. But thanks for joining, Mark. Really do appreciate it. Great to see you. If you are new around here, please do hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. We are on the road, ladies and gentlemen, to 870 subscribers. So anything you guys can do to help us out with that would be absolutely fantastic. I'm not an expert, Mark. I'm not an expert. Trust me, I'm not an expert. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and thank you very much for sharing your opinion. Really do appreciate it, my friend. Really do appreciate it. So thank you very much for joining. Really do appreciate it. And no one's an expert. Truth be told, no one is an expert on football. Even those people that say they're football analysts and football experts, no one is an expert. Everyone has opinions. Football is about opinions. So, you know, for me, I'm happy for you to give whatever opinion you have, but at the same time, everyone can say whatever they want about everyone's opinions. That's how, you know, free speech and that works. But thank you very much for joining, Mark. Appreciate it. Naveen, thanks for joining. Says, this is why I love this game, this club. This is why I love this game, this club. It gives me hope anytime. Exactly. And by the way, I did put, your picture, Naveen. As you said, you mentioned it in the comments of the last stream. I did tweet out your picture with me putting my thumbs up saying if we win, or saying there's going to be an Ole masterclass. And I posted it. You got it absolutely spot on. Fair play to you, mate. Fair play to you. It's on my social media. So my Twitter's in the description if you want to check it out. Make sure you do check it out in the comment section below. But, yeah, Naveen, fair play to you. And, by the way, anyone who's following my Twitter can vouch for me. I'm not lying. Trust me. Everyone can vouch for me on that one. Kobe says, only negative today is that I bench Shaw in my FPL. Oh, Kobe, man. Kobe. Oh, mate. Well, I tell you what, maybe Kobe, you should start benching players before every Manchester United game, because maybe they might score. Maybe that's the thing now. We found the kind of glitch in the matrix where if you drop players, they end up scoring. So whenever we play Spurs next week, or whenever we play Spurs, or that's our next away game, sorry. Just drop every time before we go into a game, just drop a United player for good measure. That's what I'd do. Naveen says I couldn't find the post on Twitter, Kieran. It's my Twitter's in the description down below. I did definitely post it on my Twitter. You guys, as I said, if you guys are following me, you guys can vouch me for that. My Twitter is at Red Devil Weekly, so if you follow me on there, you will be able to see the post. So we missed Pogba today. You could argue there was a bit of lack of creativity in midfield, especially when we were on the break. I would say, when we were on the break, we didn't create that much, but we did create some decent opportunities that we should have put away. Yes, we didn't create loads, but I do think we created, some decent opportunities that really we should have put away. K-Side, thanks for joining. K-Side, really do appreciate it. Thanks for joining. Always good to hear from you, mate. And Harry the Hoover's come. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. He says, Luke Shaw is better than Roberto Carlos, 1,000%. I tell you what, as I said, I love these. I know it's a little bit over the top, but you got to be over the top after a derby win. You got to be over the top. And Manx TV, thanks for joining. Said, Derby Delight, enjoy that, Forest. Exactly. Unbelievable. So happy with that. What else can you say about that performance, really, that result? Another result where Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, everyone's doubting him, we're the underdogs. And this is what I was saying going into the game. We love being the underdogs. We love it. And every time we're made huge underdogs, we end up coming out with a win, usually. So maybe we just need to make sure we're underdogs for the rest of the season with every game we've had. Naveen says, we won without Pogba and Cavani. That's Ole. Yeah, true. We had a few injuries. And, we got through it. We battled hard. Very similar to the PSG game, really. Not as dramatic, but very similar in terms of we went into the game, everyone thought we were going to get beat, we had all the injuries, and we came out with a 2-0 victory away at the Etihad. I mean, this is the thing, Man City won 21 games in a row before we played them. 21 games in a row. Over half a season, they had won all their games, and pretty much we went there and bossed them. Let's be honest, we bossed Man City today, in my opinion. Maybe you could argue the result was kind of clouding my judgment a little bit. But, really, Man City, yeah, they attacked, fairly well, but we defended so well. I think Luke Shaw, for me, was probably one of our best players. I thought, Fernandes didn't have the best of games, I think, but, scored his penalty, and that's all that matters to me. I don't care about, whether he had a disaster class or not. He scored the penalty, he scored his chance. And that's what you need. When you're winning these sort of games, you need to have those players that step up and score at the vital moments. Yes, he scored a penalty. Yeah, he did. But realistically, he put it in the back of the net when necessary. If he misses that penalty, it's a completely different game. Connor says, Liverpool, L and Man City win equals happy. Exactly, mate. Exactly. What a week it has been for Manchester United right now. What a weekend it's been. Naveen says, Ole 4, Pep 3. That's some achievement for Ole. Good resume for him. 3 at the Etihad as well. 3 wins at the Etihad for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Just a ground that we'd always struggled at. We'd always had a bad record at the Etihad. Since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in, we've been superb. We have been superb at the Etihad. So you've got to give credit to Ole on that one. You really do. I think a lot of people looking at the lineup were thinking, oh, really? Are we going to go McFred again? Are we going to do this? But in the end, it worked to a T. Once again, Man City just can't seem to deal with it. They just can't seem to deal with it. Mr. Bobajango said, shame on the rest of the Premier League letting City just turn up and win. We prove you can do a job on them. The quicker fans get back in the stadiums, the better. Exactly. Listen, there were some teams that just completely rolled over for Man City. You know, let's not get it twisted. There were definitely some teams that would turn up at the Etihad and just be like, you know what, we've lost this one, and just roll over and die for them. And we didn't. You know, we knew that we had a big chance to beat Man City. We've done it before. And there's a blueprint to beating Man City. You know, swallow your pride. Sit back a little bit. Play a bit more on the counter-attack. If you defend well, you will get at least a point off them. For example, West Brom earlier in the season. Even though after that game they sacked Slaven Bilic, they did the perfect thing to get a point off City. They just sat back and scored on the counter-attack. And that is how you beat Man City. That's how you do it. So this is what I'm saying. We've created a blueprint to beat Man City, and it's absolutely glorious. Harry the Hoover says should have won 4-0. We could have done. We easily could have done. If Martial puts that chance away, we really put that game to bed earlier than we did. We probably could have scored a few more. Exactly, 4-0. 4-0 would have been unbelievable. It really would have been. To go to Man City, win 4-0, would just have been incredible. Kobe says, City will always win the war, but we'll always win the battle. Yeah, listen, obviously, City are going to run away with the title this year. I don't think we're going to be making any sort of late title challenges, but hopefully I'm wrong again on that one, but I just don't see it. But yeah, it's good to win these sort of games. I mean, even just for our own season, especially with the last few results, top four wasn't looking too, this one was looking a little bit too, top four wasn't looking too good, really, after the last few results. But, we actually came out of it with this result. And actually, the Palace result is not a good result at all. But what I would say is that, this result obviously makes us feel a lot better about the previous results we've had. Don't worry, Mark. You can have your say as well. I'm going to put the link in the chat very, very soon. And usually, once I get the guests on, I barely say anything, mate. I'll be honest with you. Naveen says, we had 5 draws games after Sheffield United. I hope this would have been different if fans were there. Sometimes the 12th might be the difference. 12th man, of course, being the fans. But yeah, I think if fans come back into the ground, I think it's going to be very difficult to actually come away with 3 points in away games. I think we've been on a fantastic away run, which is now extended to 22 games in all competitions. No, in the league, away from home. But I think with fans in the ground, it's not going to be as easy. I think we have definitely benefited from that. But then again, other teams have benefited from the fact that we've had no fans in the ground. So, you've got to, think about that really. Kobe says, been a tough season for Martial, but chuffed for him today. Fantastic for him today. Man of the match for me. I thought he played very well, Martial. I thought he did. I thought he played very, very well. Yank says, Connor says, feel no fans till next season. Unfair advantage to have fans when no one else has had them all year. It's true. It's true, to be fair. It is true. But I think, it's one of those things where I think your point is valid. I think, if fans do come back in on the last game of the season, then you could argue it's an unfair advantage. But then you could argue that, realistically, fans coming back in would, I guess, kind of end the season on a high a little bit. But then obviously, as you said, it is a little bit of an advantage to other teams. Owen's joining us. Thank you for joining us. Dean Henderson clean sheet at the Etihad. Respect today. I'll give him respect. He was all right. I'll give him respect. Right, I can see a lot of people are talking about Mark. Listen, everyone's allowed to have their opinion, guys, honestly. I don't want anyone to be kind of hating on anyone. Everyone's allowed to have their opinion, honestly. For me, I'm all about free speech. So, let's not get everyone for just, saying what they think. In the end of the day, as long as they're not being abusive, then I don't mind at all. So, he's allowed to have his opinion, as everyone else is. So, I don't want this to get heated after a fantastic derby win. It's a fantastic win. Let's not beat around the bush. A team that had won 21 games in a row, and we have just done done a madness, basically. We've done an absolute madness. Apparently it's 4-1 Tottenham as well. 4-1 Tottenham, which, again, that is... I mean, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. It doesn't really matter. Mark says, unlike you people, I've met Ferguson. Well, hopefully he was... I mean, I don't know what to say to that. I didn't know that was kind of the thing that you needed to be a Man United fan. But anyway... Listen, Mark, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who joins. But I'm going to put the link in the live chat right now. And we're just going to show Mark how we do these live calls. So if you want to call in, mate, please do feel free. The link is right there. So if you do want to come on and have your say, please do feel free to do so. Connor says, congrats to David De Gea for having his first child. Hopefully he comes back super fresh and on top form, showing out for his little girl. Yeah, listen, Dean Henderson was brilliant today. I still think, for me, that Henderson is not the number one. But, you know, David De Gea, I'm not saying Dean Henderson, is a bad keeper. You know, I'm not saying Dean Henderson's a bad keeper. But for me, I would still say that David De Gea is number one. But... it doesn't matter who's between the sticks. As long as they're performing well, honestly, I don't care. As long as we're winning games, performing well, really don't matter. I mean, as Naveen says, we won. That's what matters. Exactly, 100%. That's what matters. Mr. Bobajanga says, this result gives me confidence in City failing to win the elusive Champions League. Yeah, the quadruple was really on before this game, and then after this game, not so much talk about it. Owen says he thought you were Butler, pal. Only reason he shook your hand. Right. Mark says, trust me, you regret me coming on. Mate, everyone's allowed their opinion. Listen. You know, if you obviously think I don't do these sort of debate things well, but you know, I have the guests on, I get people on, and you know, I let them speak. That's what I do. I let them speak. But anyway, we'll get these guys on then. As I said, if you guys want to come on, please do. Click the link in the live chat to come on. But firstly, we've got Adam Talkswell, we've got Dazza. Thanks for coming on, guys. Really do appreciate it. Before we talk to these guys about an unbelievable victory. Please do hit that like button if you aren't already. Subscribe to the channel as well if you are new around here. But anyway, but we'll come to you first. Go on.
I'm literally chuffed about that. That is the best win in a long time.
That's who he is. I wondered who it was.
I was ready to literally, not even watch any more top 6 games in the Premier League for Man United. I was literally ready to scream till I watched FDW, of course.
Where have you been the last couple of weeks?
Somewhere. I don't even know where I've been.
It's a wonderful performance. It was a wonderful performance.
Do you expect me to be happy that you're basically just talking about me? Shut the
yeah, listen. Let's not make this.
Look at what he's saying.
Right. I'll tell you what. We'll focus back on the game for now. We'll focus back onto the game. I'll come to you, Dazza, first. Obviously, a fantastic win for United. We're all buzzing right now. What were your thoughts in terms of how well we played? And obviously, no one from our side would have expected this result. But how do you think we set up to win this game? How do you think it went well?
Well, for starters, I mean, we played with no fear at the start of the game. We went on and, we attacked the crap out of them in the first 5-10 minutes, and that's not normal for a City side to be on the back foot for the first 10 minutes, because normally, whenever we're playing against City, it's normally us who's on the back foot at the start of the games. But no, we showed them who's boss. Ole, I mean, do I say this? Ole outclassed Pep Guardiola. People say it's debatable because City had a lot more chances, but they couldn't hit a barn door. There's some chances they had that could have bloody scored. Martial, why on earth did he not score that 1-on-1? I don't know. Kick it anywhere, but straight at the bloody goalkeeper. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, see what composure there. But from the start, we looked good. We were going forward. We were causing tons of problems. Got an early penalty. That sounds like Manchester United, doesn't it? Getting the penalty straight away. But when we got the penalty, when I was live, someone in the live chat, I think it was Mo actually. Mo joined the stream earlier when I was doing the game, and he said to me, "This will give us Tottenham vibes," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'd forgotten that the only ever goal that we'd scored against a top 6 side this season was a penalty, and it was against Tottenham, and we got absolutely whopped."
The depression game.
Good thing is, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I was only saying that one thing.
Right, okay. Oh. Right. Where was I? Yes. We'd scored a penalty late early on, and I'm thinking, right, now just try and defend it. Either try and defend it, try and go for second, and we could have had 3 goals like in the first 10 minutes. City didn't get going. They were playing terribly. I'm not going to lie, that's one of the worst Manchester City performances I've seen from this season, actually. I think it was worse than when they played against Spurs before, probably last season, actually, that. But I don't know. We could have had about 4, 5, 6 in total, if we'd just taken our chances more. City could have had at least 2 or 3. We could have had a goal fest that game, but at the end of the day, if you don't take your chances, you're not going to win. And that just shows Manchester City, the Oil Money FC. Get in.
Well, that's perfect timing. Perfect timing. Tenzini's just joined us as Oil FC. Perfect timing.
Oil FC,
Perfect timing.
well, yes. Oil FC, definitely.
Box has joined us as well. Thanks.
Some oil on his head.
Box joined us as well, and Red Devil Studio, G from Red Devil Studio. Thank you so much for joining, G. Always a pleasure, my friend. He says, brilliant win, guys. Manchester is red. It truly is. Well and truly is. Make sure you check out Red Devil Studio as well. Brilliant stuff on there. So make sure you do check out G's channel, Red Devil Studio. Brilliant stuff, as well as Daz's channel as well, Daz's Football Stand, and Adam Talk Sport, and Rich's channel. All the channels we mentioned in the chat, please do check them out. Great stuff over there. A few comments before I come to the next guest. Naveen says, yes, James's work rate is great. He lacks that creative spark during forward passes. I think, James actually had a fairly decent game today. You have to give James credit. The one thing I would say is, especially against Man City, I would have loved him to see him make more, darting runs in behind, because when he actually was running at that City back line, they looked scared of him. They looked scared of Daniel James, and exactly. I mean, it's one of those things where it's kind of mad to say that. It's mad to say that, but they looked a bit scared of Daniel James. They really did look scared of Daniel James.
Hey, another good stat, I suppose, is Sterling still can't score against United. He was in that Zaka's back pocket all game. He was trying to find the empty pockets earlier.
I remember one shot he had where I think De Bruyne crossed the thing in. It went to his legs. Like, the ball literally went to his legs. And he had a chance like that a year. I'm convinced Sterling just turned into Jason Puncham when it comes to facing Man United.
He scored against us in the 2016 FA Cup, sorry.
But
Puncham's a player.
Apparently, Diaz is the
Bruno
best defender in the world.
I was just going to say, I think to be fair, Bruno at least put the ball in the back of the net. I didn't see De Bruyne doing that today. Carry on, Adam.
Apparently, Diaz is the best defender in the world. The man was getting outclassed by Daniel Bloody James.
It's true. You can't argue with that.
I have 3 City defenders in my FPL.
As I said, mate.
City defenders in my FPL. What was I doing?
Before every United game, you just got to put the opposition defenders in your team. You just got to take one for the team and put the opposition defenders in. If that's going to happen every game.
Yeah. Imagine if you had Jesus in your FPL.
Oh yeah, you would have lost out big time. Red Devil Stew says top 4 is secured. I think G thinking top 4 is done with that win.
It's still early.
I'm gonna cut. Tomorrow, then
go on.
Good.
So you reckon if Chelsea leave tomorrow, that's it then for you?
Yeah, because Chelsea and Leicester, obviously, but I feel like Chelsea they look like they can be challenging for the top four. But this should be the top, our top four. And just to make this day even better, we've now known that Liverpool are actually just worse than Man United, the David Moyes Man United.
Yeah.
Before they'd be like, yes, we're playing at home. We can win now. Shit, we're playing at home. We're gonna lose.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well-
Recently, with their record at home, Anfield is basically just a straw house. Literally, go to Wolves, right? Go and get some Wolves and blow like maybe a little bit, and then boom, the straw house is gone. Just like their chances of qualifying for the Champions League this year.
Again, I can't argue with that. You can't argue with that.
You know
what to say.
It was a big sorry, you talk.
I don't understand I don't understand how we're good away from home, but we're terrible at home. You'd have thought, this is with all our fans, right? Hang on, with all our fans, you'd think playing away from home, you'd be under a lot more pressure.
What I think is with Anfield and Old Trafford, the reason they've been
Anfield's
done
practically a home game for United, isn't it?
Yeah, but with Anfield and Old Trafford, the thing is, normally they're fans there, which ultimately that's why they have been, doing well. And when you take the fans out, it's a lot different. Is Adam? Am I still Ollie out? Well,
No.
No, sure, bro, you can't be Ollie out. Surely not.
Well,
no.
I think he has to win the trophy this season, but yeah, I think I'm back in the Ollie in training. Because when I was watching that game, I was like all over like the sofa. I was like, and my mum was telling me, Adam, get off the bloody sofa. And I'm like, Mum, have you ever watched Man United?
That's true. Just want to clear something up in the chat. I just want to clear something up in the chat.
Yes.
Me and Red Devil Studio are not the same. But we both make very, very good content. In fact, I'd say Red Devil Studio makes excellent content. So make sure you check him out. Cheeky plug there. Cheeky plug. But we're definitely not the same.
I didn't know of this game. I came in. I woke up today and I was like, "Oh, it's Derby Day," because City they look better than us. And seeing the lineup, seeing that, I think Van der Beek, Pogba, Cavani all out. Our bench compared to City's bench looked bad.
It did.
To be fair, I wasn't scared of De Bruyne. I would have been more scared if they put Foden in there. I don't know if you all saw that, but Foden was in the box and Greenwood just made a challenge. He was just like, "Oh hell no, I ain't letting you stop."
He looked good, Foden. He looked very
really
good.
Player.
Well, Foden's like one for the future, like Saka and a lot of other people, like Eden. Oh wait, no, he's on Real Madrid. I was about to say Eden Hazard.
I want to put a question to you guys. Tenzini, obviously, he says we're still in the title race. Do you agree with Tenzini?
I don't know how we're in the title race. To be honest, there would be more chance than seeing us in a title race. There will be more chance of seeing bloody Sheffield United in a title race with our current form. No, seeing we beat Manchester City, there's more chance of Bolton being in a bloody title race, and they're winning so many games at the moment. I can't actually even count.
So we've got. Go on, Daz.
This team is not a team that's going to win you titles, especially with a manager who isn't the most experienced. Although I'm saying that, look at Steven Gerrard with Rangers, but that's just a donkey league. That. By the way, congratulations.
Wait, what did you say?
The only trophy Gerrard's going to win in a few years.
Ollie taking the register at Man United.
It's not a squad that's going to win you the trophy. It's not going to win you titles, is it? We can't even get past the semi-finals.
Bloody hell, we can't even. I swear, 5 semi-finals, no wins, because Ole has a consistency. to lose in a semi, and he loses in a semi literally every time. Literally.
Yeah, we need to break that. We need to break that.
Yeah, break
It's called
that
bad luck.
and just win that final. That's if we ever get to a final with Ole. We probably won't even get to a final in the next 5 years. I'm talking about the Champions League, of course.
Guys, can I tell a joke?
Sure.
Oh, go on. Usually it's Daryl that tells the jokes, but go on.
Sorry, Daniel. Rashford tomorrow. Yo, Aaron, can I borrow 10 euros? Sorry, mate, I only have sterling.
That's actually
I've heard that
obvious.
joke a few times, actually.
Right. On that note, Yash, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. He says, what a day and what a match. If we had cleaned up Sheffield United, Palace and West Brom, we would have been in touch of a title. Well, as you guys been saying in the chat, obviously, Kobe said pretty well the same sort of thing. It's a typical United. We can be City away, but it can't be Sheffield United home. And as Daryl, you said, inconsistency is the thing. And Naveen's made a comment about the AC Milan game. We'll come to that in just a second.
Even my son didn't believe it because I told him, Dad, it's 2-0 to Man United, and he's like, you're joking, right? And I'm like, no, it's actually 2-0. Turned on the TV and he's so low in confidence. He's like, all right, I'll call you in the 90th minute when they've lost 3-2.
I mean, what I would.
What? Is your dad a City fan?
No, my dad's just seen United, and he doesn't know what United's going to turn up.
I mean, no one does, really. No one does, to be fair.
I mean, United
we're
are
always
like that one
inconsistent.
team that will show up to a game, go 1-0 up, and then maybe bottle it. Say, let's have an example. Say, Arsenal, right? Arsenal back then with Arsene Wenger, even with the crap team like with the Mustafi era, right? They were quite crap, but they used to finish top 4 sometimes, right? But then, right? Now with Mikel Arteta, well, they just don't even want to finish top 4. But
exactly,
they're like a banter team if you think about it.
Arteta is just a light-skinned Tony Jr.
Mark thinks we're going to win the league with most of the same bunch of players we have now.
Oh,
I mean, to be fair, I feel like, listen, to be fair, one thing I would say is, in my opinion, I think we're not as far away from the title as we think. Now, maybe this is the result getting me all hyper, but I think we're not as far away from the title as some people might think. To be fair, Yash also says, is Daniel James our new Ji-Sung Park? He ran and ran and ran today. To be fair,
he ran the park today.
Yeah, he did a good job today. I mean, he's got a lot of stick from people, but he did well. He did well, to be fair. And Rich here says, have people that wanted Ollie out changed their minds? I just want to ask, has anyone here said Ollie out this season or last season?
Totally. Right after the Spurs game, right after the last Palace game,
He most did that.
I'm not even joking. I was like Ollie out for 3 weeks right after the Leipzig. I'm not even joking. I swear, the Leipzig game. What was Harry Maguire doing? Was he defending or was he just standing there waiting for his ice cream after going in a shop or something? What was he doing? Seriously, we need to discuss this. We need to discuss how Harry should be.
So technically, your opinion changed on Maguire because Maguire was pretty terrible.
Maguire has always been crap, to be honest.
He defended as if the number generator chose what he had to do next. Maguire was actually good today. I mean,
yeah, he was good today, at least for once. It was good for once today.
Still don't like the partnership.
To be honest, I'd rather have Scott McTominay as captain. To be honest, it's good today.
Bruno should be captain. That's who should be captain.
I just want to say, I think Kobe sums up a little bit what your point by saying on their day we can beat anyone, and with Magaloff we can lose to anyone. Obviously the Maguire-Lindelof partnership. I think that's what we're saying is that it can be a little bit inconsistent. Where today, they were brilliant. We defended really, really well, but at the same time they can have poor days as well. And you want a centre-back partnership I mean, if you're going to go for the league, you need a strong centre-back partnership that's going to bring consistency. And unfortunately, you don't have that right now.
No, why? He's going after me, man. It's obvious.
Can I just ask something? I didn't agree at all. I mean, no disrespect. I didn't think he played bad, but I did not think he was man of the match worthy. Anthony Martial got man of the match. Luke Shaw should have got it.
Shaw should have got it. Yep, I'm totally agreeing with that. Shaw looks like prime Roberto Carlos. Martial just looked like himself from last season. I do not understand how he got the bloody match ball. Shaw this season has been bloody brilliant.
You do goals are not everything, okay? I mean, I get that he had some chances, but Martial was actually. I think Shaw should have got it, because he scored the goal, and when Shaw scores a goal, you know that it's. How many goals did he scored? Like 3 goals for United in like.
Yeah, but most of them were at home. They both were at home as well. That was the bloody first one away.
2 at Old Trafford and 1 away. Leicester City, I think the season before, when we beat them 2-1, that was the last time he scored, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
It's not just the fact that he scored that made me give him man of the match. It was his overall performance. He did well on that left-hand side. He was making some good overlapping ones. Not only that, the goal was mostly his work anyway. And I don't know, people say, you have to work your way around the back and work your way through with loads of little passes to actually score. Man City, always try and score about 30, 40 different passes. United scored a goal with 3 passes.
They definitely overplayed today.
2 ones, easy as half.
Dean Henderson.
Go on, Dean Henderson. Yeah, we'll get on to that actually. That's a good topic. What do you think of Dean Henderson, Adam?
I can just hear Owen celebrating right now. There's been some mention. De Gea has been locked out the training ground. Oh well, we've got Henderson.
Yeah, because his wife was pregnant.
Wait.
That's why.
What?
To be fair, he had a kid. He said he had a kid, and he welcomed it into the world. So hopefully, he can raise it well. I guess.
Well, that's not what I meant. But Henderson was good today. I could actually see him shouting at the defenders a few times. Also, the ref was a bit funny today because he kept giving City cheap fouls, in my opinion. And why does Jesus always complain
Jesus.
You gave away a penalty, and he's just there
the only good thing he did all game.
He's Brazilian. That's why he complains. He's Brazilian.
First name,
I don't know anything to do with that.
Right.
To be fair, Neymar would have dived if he made the penalty, or just out.
Guys, can we have a look at this comment? It's by Kobe.
Okay.
So does Kobe say which one?
Kobe said, "Can Jay Ling play against us on Sunday?"
No,
he can't because he's on loan.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Well, when some ways he's in good form, he might score against us. You never know. Go on, Daryl.
Because I was saying this before with last season. Coutinho was on loan at Bayern, played against his actual squad and scored 2 goals and got an assist. So how does that not work?
Was that was that in the after Champions League tournament though, wasn't it?
That was in the game where I would hate to be a Barca fan.
Yeah. So, but would that mean that his contract was over or something, or was that because obviously that would have been after the season's over? So does that impact on that? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
He's a bloody goalkeeper,
played against his actual team, so why can't Jay Lings?
yeah, I'll tell you what, we'll get on to the Henderson stuff because obviously Adam brought up there. We'll get on a bit of a Henderson debate because I thought he was good today. A few comments before we get on to that. Naveen says, I wish Maguire has Diaz-like defender. He could have changed like how Stones changed his career. Yeah, to be fair, I actually think when, especially Eric Bailly's put next to Harry Maguire, he does look just as good as someone like Ruben Diaz. You know, when Eric Bailly's next to him, Harry Maguire looks a top defender. So we need to get that partnership right. Mr. Bobber January says, Adam's opinion on Ollie is interesting because he doesn't have the 99 bias clouding his judgment. Well, there you go. So obviously saying that... Yeah, so in some ways he's saying that your opinions... your opinion is actually enhanced by the fact you didn't see him tapping the ball into the back of the net in 99. But to be fair... I didn't see it. I just know about it. But, I mean, everyone knows about it. No, I don't think so. Unless Harry is deceptively old, then I don't know.
I don't think so.
No.
I just looked at this thing on YouTube. This post on YouTube. Someone called El Maz. It says Pep to Sheikh Mansour after the game. I'm once again asking for your financial support.
Yep, that's about right. Box says, any thoughts on Sachin Tendulkar taking over from Kevin Friend? It's an interesting choice. I tell you what, he could do with going into the India top order. They were shocking. But anyway, we'll leave that there for another stream.
And I was making fun because a lot of people. I said, apparently Bruno doesn't score against the top six, and someone said penalties don't count, and I'm just
penalties don't count, my lord. Does this person think he's the bloody deluded? Penalties count as long as they're bloody scored, right? As long as they're scored, they're counted. I don't know what this man is thinking. He must be watching the wrong sport.
Well, what I've noticed with Bruno Fernandes is because he's scoring, so many penalties, is that now we're seeing these new stats come up now, which we've never seen before. When have we ever looked at a player and said, let's check their non-penalty goals? These sort of stats, like goal contributions without, penalties, it's like, mate, these stats were never used before Bruno Fernandes came in. All of a sudden, these stats are coming up since now Bruno Fernandes is playing the way he is. It's just ridiculous, the fact they keep making up stats like this. But anyway, it's not about... Go on.
Legit, people are not going to talk about De Bruyne or Gundogan having a bad game because their name is not Bruno Fernandes and they don't play for Man United. They're just it's just with Man United, isn't it? They say, Bruno's terrible. He's just a pen. I bet you won't. They would do anything to have Bruno on their team.
Yeah, I think so.
One of my friends who's a Leeds fan say that Bruno's just a poor man's Shackleton from Leeds. Well, yeah, he's the same guy who rattled us for losing 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, listen, what I'll just say to him is that the fact they waited, nearly 20 years to come to Old Trafford and get beat 6-1, that's really, you should just let him know that. Owen says, can we talk about that monster performance from Baz Maguire? If it was Van Dijk, we'd be hearing goat shouts. I think he played well. I'm not sure if it was a GOAT performance, but he played well. But I'm sure Owen will be loving this conversation we're about to have.
Performance, you've got to say. Sorry,
it was.
Yeah, can I just finish my thing quickly? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Okay. Harry the Hoover, right? Let me just say, Harry Maguire looked like a BTEC Lovren this season at some point, but we all know who's the undoubted GOAT. It's obviously Harry the Hoover. Stick the Hoover on his chest, and Bad Man is gonna be hoovering those balls, right? Footballs, and you know what I mean, innit? Footballs, yeah.
Right.
I've just dug myself into a hole.
He's gonna get age restricted.
And
yes.
Well, no, it's trust me, it's all good. We're not monetized. Don't worry. So it doesn't matter what we say. Yash says Chelsea, Everton and Spurs are in the fight for 4th place. Tomorrow it's Chelsea versus Everton. What a game that'll be. And the great thing is we've actually won our game, so we don't have to worry about it.
Why is it when Leicester win, we win, but when they drop points, we drop points? Like, can we
I don't know, but it's, listen, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain about that. You know, the fact that when we lose, they drop points, it's been good for us, to be fair. It's been good for us this season, and also to put at the back end of last season as well. But we're just going to get into the Henderson debate, because I know Owen's going to be watching. He'll be absolutely loving this Henderson debate. If you guys want to get involved in the Henderson debate, let me know your thoughts right now in the live chat on what your thoughts are on Dean Henderson's performance today. I thought he was absolutely class.
Absolutely.
We'll come to you. We'll come to you first, Dazza. We'll come to you, mate. What do you think of Henderson's performance today? And obviously, he's got this chance of a bit of a run in the team. What do you think is the likely outcome from his 6 weeks in the team, or however it is? Do you think that he'll take over from David De Gea, or do you think David De Gea will regain his spot as number 1 after this 6-week period?
To be honest with you, it'd be harsh on Henderson because I think he's been decent for us. But I think if you look at it this way, De Gea is always going to be the number 1 keeper ahead of him. As soon as he comes back, yeah, he'll probably miss about another week for training and stuff. But he'll be straight back in the squad ahead of Henderson any day of the week. But today, I thought Henderson was good. Wasn't called upon that many times because Man City sent half of their shots into Old Trafford instead. But to be honest with you, when he was called upon, he made some decent saves. That Gundogan one, which was probably their biggest chance of the first half. You know, vital stop. He made some important, but some easy, some not so easy. He made some decent saves and a lot of the important ones. And I think he was key to our win today.
You know
So
what?
I don't think you go as far as Owen, who says he was like Oliver Kahn and Manuel Neuer.
Oh, facts?
No.
You can't. I don't think just yet you can put him on that level, but that's your opinion. In my opinion, you can't put him on that level just yet.
Alright.
Maybe wait 5
Owen,
years,
Owen,
then he'll probably be
Owen,
the number
yes.
1. He'll probably be best goalie in history. No, he's not. Nah, that's wrong. Totally wrong.
One thing
Right.
he didn't have much to do.
Oliver Kahn is levels. Oliver Kahn in his prime was leveled.
Sorry about that.
Bless you, bro.
He was leveled there.
Bless you, mate.
Neuer's still levels ahead as well, even
No!
though
I need to
the
move my
defence
mind.
has been a bit of a pain in the backside, mine. But no, you cannot compare Henderson to prime Oliver Kahn.
Alright.
For starters, Oliver Kahn played for a bigger club.
If I'm gonna be
Well, this is the
honest,
thing. I just feel like he's on a bit of a wind up to us. I just feel like he's winded us up here. I don't know why.
Henderson,
Well, he's definitely had one. I'm not sure how many he's had after that, but he's definitely had one. I know that for a fact.
Oh, yeah. This is a good way to celebrate your birthday, isn't it, lads?
Exactly, it's a good little win. Good little win. So I'm loving that. I'm loving that.
How old are you?
Go on, Alan.
30?
Henderson didn't have much to do. We could have literally put Postman Pat in the goalkeeping position, and he probably would have had as much to do as Henderson because City weren't that clinical. So yeah, I mean, he did have a good performance, but then again, I mean, we could have put, who the hell could we have put? I'm just trying to think. We could have put
Lee Grant.
Kieran in goal, and he would have had much to do.
Trust me, mate. If you put me in goal, we would have lost that game 6-2. Because, and I'll tell you this, my record in goal as goalkeeper, I think I played 12 league games in goal, and I conceded 60 goals in those 12 games, or 65 goals in those 12 games.
Blame the defence. Just blame the defence, Kieran. There's no problem. If your defence is basically a circus, then just blame them. It's not really.
Not gonna lie,
Well, thank you for giving me that excuse. Thank you very much for that. I'll take that all day long.
But one thing, I saw like a video, and it was saying, Arteta's levels above Ollie, and I'm just there like,
that's 5 goals a game.
and I'm just like, Is that why he's 11th and we're 2nd? Because something don't add up here.
5 points in.
Like,
Yeah.
like people saying, "Oh, Arteta and is better than Ollie." Do they watch football, or are they just 10-year-old bloody City fans that just supported City because they started winning?
Well, the only thing they can really say is that Arteta's won a trophy and Ollie hasn't, and that's true. You know, Arteta has actually lifted a trophy.
So Roberto Martinez won an FA Cup with Wigan Athletic. So does that mean he's better than Pochettino?
Well,
I mean, that is a debate. To be fair, that's a debate to be had.
It's a debate. That is totally true.
Was it? Oh, what have I just started? Anyway,
We've got. I'll just read out a few comments on Henderson. Mr. Bobajango says Henderson has it all. De Gea is just a reflex keeper. So obviously thinking that Henderson, Henderson from Mr. Bobajango actually probably better than David De Gea in what I'm hearing there. And Box says Henderson reminds me of a young David Seaman. I'll tell you what, if he becomes anything like David Seaman, we've got a player. We've got a player, Jeff.
Yeah. Ollie taking the register at Man United. Bruno here. Rashford here. Pep here. Pep,
well,
all my fantastic.
That's brilliant. Tenzini says Henderson is clear of that German fraud. I'm not sure how that's going to go down.
What German fraud are you talking about? You're talking about that German fraud Oak Street or something, or whatever his name is. All right, who looks like every time he plays, he swims in porn. I swear to God.
Anyway, I was coming in the game when I got the penalty. When we got the penalty, I was like, yes. But then, I don't know, I was happy. But then I was like, I don't know, because we have good starts, but with City, they might, attack us. Yeah. I was literally just, like, I was nervous the whole game. And, yeah, man. But we won. Manchester was red, Manchester is red, and Manchester will always be red. It was
I love that.
Yes, we like that. We like that.
We didn't need some fat Arabs from the UAE to come and make us a football club.
Well, the UAE, let's face it, the UAE just rely on oil money to stay up, and no wonder some UAE people are in debt.
I'm going to be honest, if they didn't have the oil money, they would be like Huddersfield Town.
They've been the Championship. I mean,
are just absolutely terrible, which is yeah.
Don't forget we lost.
Well, before the oil money, Darryl no. Mills beat them 8-1 was it? Before oil money. That's the.
I mean,
exactly. That's the level we're talking about.
But any people that are saying, "Oh, Manchester is blue," okay, and they say that way always go in history. Well, don't you always bring up, "Oh, we've won more trophies than you," like this decade? They're always the one to bring up like how many Premier Leagues they've won. But when we bring up how many we've won in the past, they're like, "Oh, you're talking about the past."
Right, well there you go. I mean, listen, it's all football Twitter, and that's all full of hypocrites anyway, doesn't it, man?
Which is very weird. Do you know Alex Ferguson's first girlfriend? It was Trent Alexander-Arnold's grandmother.
Fair play. I mean, listen, I'm not judging. Who knew Trent Alexander-Arnold was going to become the player he did? But that is, I don't know how we got onto that. I don't know how we got onto that.
Imagine Trent calling Alex Ferguson his granddad.
Imagine that. It'd be an awkward Christmas dinner, I tell you. If Liverpool beat United, it'd be an awkward Christmas dinner. Right, we're going to go through a few more comments before we do wrap the stream up. We've nearly been going for an hour, so we'll be going through a few comments before we do that. Mr. Boba Django, when we're talking about Arteta, he says, Arteta is a better coach than Ole, IMO. That Arsenal side is rubbish, to be fair to him. I mean, you could argue if when Arteta has more than just a few transfer windows, if he actually does get the player he wants, who knows what the Arsenal team can do? I think, to be fair, they do have some decent young players, but for me, that Arsenal team lost itself when they let Granit Xhaka back into the team. He literally was doing stuff for the fans and stuff, and he got back in the team.
They rely too much on Bukayo Saka, in my opinion. Like, Saka's class, but I don't think you should be especially for a club the size of Arsenal, I don't think you should be relying on, how old Saka, like 19, 18?
Yeah, 19, something like that.
I don't think you should be relying on a 19-year-old for all your creativity.
I know. Look at Sancho, look at Haaland. Well, Haaland's not a creator, but okay. But
I have a question about that with you guys. Would you rather...
I can't see Haaland going to United.
Would you rather have Sancho and Haaland come to United, or Varane and Ndidi?
Ooh.
I mean, given this where Sancho's playing, maybe not.
Well, to be fair, if you bring in Ndidi and Varane, obviously that strengthens our back line and our kind of midfield immensely. But do you back Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood to and Cavani to score the goals we need to win a league title? That's the question you got to ask yourself.
Not Martial.
Would you keep and sell, like you sell one, you keep one? Fernandes and Rashford. One of them's got to go, one of them's got to stay. Which one?
Rashford. You got to go. If you're saying Fernandes versus Rashford, who would you say had to go? Rashford's got to go. No way has Fernandes got to go. I mean, if he's gonna go back to Sporting, fine. But if Rashford
goes to Real Madrid next season,
to play devil's advocate, could you say that Rashford, being younger, has got more potential than Bruno Fernandes? Could you say that? I'm just playing devil's advocate.
You know what? That is debatable, but I have no idea.
It's true. That's the thing with Rashford is we've seen flashes of brilliance from Rashford to suggest that he could be a world-class player, but then you see periods of form where he's just not good enough. So it's the same with Fernandes, to be fair, though. Fernandes has had a lot more good periods of form, I think, than Rashford. But, again, right now, Fernandes isn't performing at his very best, but I don't know. That is a very, very difficult question, but probably one for another time, I'd say, because we could do another stream on it, probably. Go on, Adam.
Someone tell me when Pogba is going to be back. I don't like them. They did good today. I don't like the Fred partnership because neither of them can pass forward. And Fred, he was better in the second half, but in the first half, he kept giving the ball away, and it was just good. And I was just like, when is Pogba coming back? Like,
I actually don't know.
Naveed, Bruno is just one goal and assist. No, come on, that can't be true.
I think he's supposed to be back in like March sometime, so it probably will be soon anyway. A few more comments before we do wrap this up. Box says James Ward-Prowse would be a good buy. To be fair, his free kicks are...
It would be a good buy. But would he slot right into the midfield? Even if Pogba's back, I'm not even sure.
It's screaming at his phone. Why the hell did I join United? They're just going to buy another bloody midfield.
But yeah, Mr. Bobachani says Fernandes will be off to Madrid soon when he realises he won't win anything at United playing counter-attack. If we can't get through,
we don't know
if we can't get past semi-finals, if we can't get past semi-finals, then he probably is right.
Why the hell are you? Just stop always going to forget it. If I say anything, I'll be in trouble because Mark over here doesn't seem to like me very much.
Yeah, listen. As I said, listen. We don't like. I mean, everyone's allowed opinions, but obviously, we don't want it to boil over into any sort of abuse. And Naveen says Bruno is just one goal and assist away from top scorer and top assist player ever in the Premier League. Insane player. He is insane. He is insane.
If he literally gets 3 goals a match and 3 assists a match for the entire season, give him the Ballon d'Or. Just give him the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, 100%. And LB, by the way, LB says favourite United jersey this last decade. Thanks for joining, LB. Appreciate it. I'm going to come to Dazza first. What would you say is your favourite United top? This is the last question of the stream. Favourite United top of the last decade?
I think I've got mine. Let me go get it.
I quite liked the I think the 2018 one with like the black stripes at the bottom. I'm not a fan of this one because this one we look like a bus seat. 2018 or the 2008 one that we actually won the Champions League in, but I'd say 2008. By the way, did you hear about the new 007 glue that's coming out?
No.
Only bonds and seconds.
Oh, I wish I had your little thing, but that's perfect for that. But it's an old but gold. Yeah, I like that. To be fair, the 2008 one's good. I think the 2018 one was actually pretty decent. Obviously, we didn't have the best of seasons in it, but it was still a decent kit. LB Goings with a 2012-13 kit. So there you go. I think that's not a bad kit, to be fair. Obviously, you won the title in that one. Harry, what about you? What was your favourite? Kit in the last decade?
I mean, well, I've only been alive for probably only 11 years, but hey,
Okay, well.
well, just to say, for me, I have to go with the 2019-23 kit. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's debatable, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Even
It's
I
a lovely
bought it, to
kit.
be honest.
Curtains.
Right now,
by the way-
I'm wearing the last season's home kit. I'm wearing the last season's home shirt, and right now I'm looking at it, just thinking, why is there this bad? Why is the thingy of what? I don't get how the things over the back. I don't even get it.
Yeah.
I don't even get it. The shirt's just a bit confusing in my opinion. I don't know why they would put some yellow and black thing that looks like a scroll from some crappy game you found on the black market. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of talk about that kit when it came out as well. Naveen says, GGMU, 3:30am here, still up for this United fan interaction. What a soldier you are, 3:30am to be watching the stream. Thank you so much for watching, really do appreciate it.
He is in, to
You
be
know
honest.
what? My one's gonna surprise you.
Go on.
I'm not lying, I promise you. The zebra kit.
Oh, I mean,
Well,
a lot of people like
from
that
this
one.
year.
Yeah, I actually think it's
Yeah,
alright.
that's also what I said. That is a good decision in my opinion. It's a good decision, mate.
You know, at the people bantering it, saying, "What the hell is this kit?" But you know, it actually looks kind of. It looks kind of nice.
It looks kind of dope, to be honest. To be honest, it's probably the best kit I've ever seen in football. Wait, hold on. There are some Brazilian folks. Who wear a pink kit with purple lines. Stop. This is illegal. Stop. Hang on a minute. I'm just looking on the internet, and I've searched up some Brazilian folks. I'm not even joking. I've searched up some Brazilian folks kits, pink, and literally what comes up was a pink and purple sports kit
Kieran, what's
and
your
a
favourite
pink and purple lines kit.
Well, I just want to say that Tenzin says his is the favourite. It's the 2019. I'm not sure if he means the home kit, but that might be the same as Dow's actually, if that's true. the goes with the 2015-16 kit. Again, I think that was the more one actually, the home shirt. Pity, obviously, we only finished in the Europa League, but we actually won the Europa League in the end, so we got Champions League from that. So it's actually probably our most successful season in that one.
2017.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Sorry, no, you're absolutely right.
2016.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, sorry, I got mixed up.
FA Cup goals you'll ever see.
That knows how
He did. Absolutely correct. Absolutely. Yeah, you're actually right. Sorry, I messed it up. I thought it said 2016-17. But yeah, obviously that was a good kit, to be fair then. I think all three of them were decent, even the kind of black one as well with the stars on it. My one to end the stream, Adam, I'd say
Is that nice?
Well, well, I think actually the pink kit. You know the pink kit,
Me
the
humming
one
this
where Rashford
crappy
scored.
Please anthem.
The pink kit that Rashford scored the penalty in PSG. I thought the pink kit was quite nice. So I'll probably go with that one off the top of my head anyway. If I had more time, I'd probably be able to come up with a better answer.
Kieran,
The pink kit,
Kieran,
it was a nice
the
kit.
pink kit. The pink kit, bro.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Well, it was a
I know
nice
it's your
kit.
opinion, yes.
What
But
are you-
virtually, I as soon as I see that shirt, even if it's some man, even if it's some woman wearing it, I'd literally get it. I'd literally lift it off their head, yeah, and then just throw it in the trash. Literally, throw it in the
Which
trash.
is
I
it?
wouldn't give one crap. Just throw it in the trash.
Technically,
I
you get
swear.
It's a quality
which one is
kit.
it?
I'm not having
be
a
honest,
bad word said
I'd be
about it.
honest
It's a
with
quality
that.
kit.
But knowing I'm only 11, which means I probably wouldn't get sued, but I probably would be put in some form of detention or something. I mean, no one.
Oh, no,
no
no.
one.
Which kit are you going on about?
Oh, the
The
pink
pink-
kit. You know the one
the
in
pink kit.
the one that Rashford scored the penalty in PSG.
The
that
18,
kit.
19.
Looks like we
How long
Yeah.
like, like,
Listen,
and you
on that note,
pink kit, which is the worst kit I've seen from Man United.
no, it's a good kit. I'm
Adam,
happy with it. Listen,
you're right.
I'm happy
It's
with
all
the kit.
right.
No, this is my channel. No, I'm joking. Listen, I think it's a decent choice. But as I said, if I had more time to think about it, I'd probably be able to come up with a better choice. But in the end of the day, you know, it is
I'm not
what it
gonna
is.
lie, I think Mark's a male Karen.
Oh, I don't know about that. But anyway, I want to say this before I leave. Rich will be doing his review on his channel after this, so make sure everyone watching this right now goes to Rich's channel over there. Make sure you hit the like button before he goes live on the stream, and make sure you check into his match review because I'm sure it's going to be just as good, if not even better, than this one. But anyway, thanks for watching. Really do appreciate it, guys. We're going to end it there. Thank you so much for watching. Really,
that is very confusing.
really do appreciate it, guys. Thank you to Harry the Hoover, Dazza, and Adam Talksport
Yay.
for joining me on the call. Really do appreciate it, and thanks to everyone tuning in. And we'll see you guys
Hold
for
on,
the
wait,
next
wait.
one. Cheers.
Can I just
Oh,
say
go on.
something quickly? Yeah.
Go on.
This is Harry the Hoover, right? This is Harry the Hoover news. Breaking news: Harry the Hoover is. Oh wait, that was covered a year ago. Wait, was that covered? Wait, can I actually come out of the basement? No, seriously. No, I need the food. I swear, fam. No, seriously.
Right. At that point, thank you very much. On that bombshell, as Rich says, on that bombshell, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in a bit.
On that one, see ya, everyone.